Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and this special edition of Inside Tonight, I have the pleasure of the presence of Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh himself, who will be telling us more about what we should learn at this stage with respect to COVID-19. We also have a survivor, should I say, or a winner, should I say, Pramod Bhagat ji. He will tell us how alternative medicine also has a role to play in our fight against coronavirus. So, as we begin these days, which are challenging on several fronts, one of them is since there is no exact cure, most of us are more worried than normal. Should we be worried that much, or there is some way whereby, based on what doctors know by now, which may help us look at it with a cautious optimism? Dr. Sudhir Parikh ji, talk to me about COVID 19 so far in terms of our fight, our learning, our understanding.
Well, I mean, COVID-19 or fight towards COVID-19 is kind of almost we are winning, and because as according to Governor of New York and Governor of New Jersey, we are having a plateau now, and we are going on other end of the curve. It means we are really winning the whole war against the COVID by staying home, keeping the social distance, keeping our personal hygiene, as well as wearing the mask when you are in the public. All this thing is now working. So as we know that this morning Governor Cuomo was saying that number of admissions are less, number of ICU admissions are less, and number of intubation are less, as well as number of deaths are less as compared to yesterday or day before. That shows that we are winning our fight towards against the COVID, and we have to keep it up. We should not put our guards down, and eventually within a short time, near future, will be out of this misery and crisis.
So your words are like music for our ears when we see a ray of hope and we hear someone talking with a sense of optimism in terms of going beyond this particular phase. And I request Pramodji to join us with his take on what might cause someone to be affected by COVID-19. In your case, was there any way for you to ascertain as to what was it that caused it?
Uh, Definitely, the social distancing is the most challenging part at this time. That was I got exposed in local store on 15th March, and then I got realized after 4 days in Thursday, March 19th, and all the symptom of COVID-19. And thanks to my all friends and families and whatever the practices I did it, that's really helped me, including I went to my PCP, and PCP also had given me some medicines. But definitely this time yoga and increasing the immune with the Giloi and Tulsi has helped me a lot to come out from the second stage. Definitely, otherwise situation will be more worse to go to the third stage. That's doctors have already mentioned about third stage is to just need the ventilations and.
Pramod, let me interrupt you here and let me bring in Dr. Saab once again. In terms of the precautions that one should take if you are detected, one, I'm happy that through ITV Gold, we have Pramod Bhagat ji with us, who is a COVID-19 survivor. Because many times people get scared that now I got it, meaning I'm not going to survive, or someone in my family who is detected or tested positive, Now, this is a cause for very, very serious concern. Indeed, it is a matter of concern, yet there is a way out, and that's what we are talking about today. So, in terms of the number of percentage of people that don't move towards the other side after COVID-19, and the precautions as far as are prescribed by allopathy, Dr. Sudhir Parikh, what would you say?
Well, I mean, as far as because most of 90% of the patients of the COVID sufferer are usually they get body ache, fever, flu-like symptoms, and very tired and lethargic and so forth. But by doing the symptomatic treatment like a rest, a lot of fluids, warm fluids, then of course making yourself little stress-free by doing some meditation and keeping the fever down. Usually 90% of the COVID patients, they recover within 5 to 6 days. But again, some patient, the misery could be a various degree, means more severe than others. And that time, I think alternative medicine also can be complementary. And of course, if after this initial thing, if your respiration or breathing gets worse, or you cannot breathe, or you have chest pain, or that kind of symptoms, then of course you must go to hospital and take the more aggressive treatment.
So, talking about the way of treatment, whether aggressive or you can sort of decide that you would stay home and observe, as is suggested by both of you, meditation and some Ayurvedic ideas, which I would request Pramodji to share with us again. And before you tell us all about that, Pramodji, if you don't mind, talk to us a little bit about the symptoms, because there is one asymptomatic, meaning for 2 or 3 weeks people don't even recognize that they are affected by COVID-19. So in your case, when was it that you determined this is the case, and what were the symptoms?
Ashokji, I got exposed, as mentioned, on 15th March, and 19th, it developed the symptom. I had a body ache, fever 103, 102 around, and throat infections. And then realized something is wrong happening. And then I tried my best to find the doctor around for 3 days. I couldn't find it, and I didn't have a test. On 23rd March, when I went to my local PCP, Dr. Peter Perks, and then he took my test, and I got my result on 25th of March, and then it came confirmed the positive. And that time, I know that in the hospitals were situations to be get settled, and no medicines except the Tylenol. And my मेरा तबीयत इतना खराब हो रहा था कि then I was on a totally short of breath and very hard time, fever every 4 hours. I was taking the Tylenol, and then I got some nirdesh from yoga teacher and yoga ashram, Bihar School of Yoga. And my dad, because in my early age I was a yoga instructor also, and like many my friends had suggested to go to the hospital because short of breath already started, and very tough to be take the breath. Almost my 1/4 of the energy to take the breath, that only is left over, and the 3-4 days no sleep, very hard time. Then I took the yoga, that's say kunjal, means just 5-6 glass of water with the salt water. It's a warm water, lukewarm water, and I just drink the water, and then I vomit. That way it cleaned up my system, and that's helped me a lot. Then afterward my fever get reduced to 99 from 102 to 103, and then I get slowly better. At that time I had a lot of weakness, and I don't have any smelling power, no taste for food, and got some friend has given me the Giloi and Tulsi is Ayurveda product. Giloi is helping for the fever reducer as like a Tylenol, and there is no any side effect. And then it's helped me a lot to manage the fever. And then every 48 hours, I was doing the Kunjal Kriya, and that's helped me to be come out to the whole scenario of this tough time. Definitely I can say I was in about to go to the third stage, but I came out from that stage. That's helped me a lot. And then afterward, a lot of people has requested me, please write all the practices and share to all family and friends. That's why I'm here to sharing you, Dr. Sahib, also, as well the ITV Gold and Sokji. Definitely it's helping a lot of people. And third stage, I always suggest, please go to the hospital, don't delay it if it's in third stage. For second stage, if there is only two solution at this time, according to my experience. First is social distancing is very important this time. Second one is to increase our immune. So increasing the immune, giloi, tulsi, chamanpras, haldi milk, kada, that's very important to fight. And Kunjal is a really, we can say, is a Sanjeevani. If it's, somebody has to do in a first level or second level, definitely they will come out to danger zone. Otherwise, in a danger zone, everybody knows on the media and all doctors and our all doctors are is this time is a god. All medical doctors, they all are helping many patients, but still the numbers nowadays, is all totally transparent to the whole world. So these two facts is a really is working very great. And I am totally tested on this. And India also, all the peoples are accepting, and that's why India numbers are very controlled. And even the our whole for Ayush Mantralaya website also, they have updated all the details. So that way whole world can save on this situation to go to the third level on oxygen and like a ventilator. Definitely the first second level is a very better. If somebody is having a this kind of the symptom, better to be do it immediate. Don't take relax. Just start fighting with the COVID, and they will commit easily from first or second level if they do this kind of the practices. Because in this time, energy is totally no able to do any yoga, any pranayam, any yoga exercise, because body energy is totally lost. So only to be just increase the immune with this giloi, tulsi, chamanpras, haldi, kada. That's our honorable PM also is one speech he's mentioned that. So this is a really helpful at this time for the humanity. That's why I thought let me come to the ITV and
So
it
we,
will.
Pramod, we appreciate your sharing this experience, as well as a very important insight, which is backed by your own experience with us. I would request Dr. Sudhir Parikh ji once again to talk to us a little bit about some of the very common practices that Pramod ji has mentioned, and one of them was drinking warm water that I read at various places. Just staying with this habit of drinking warm water, how do you see as a physician that this helps in staying away from getting affected by COVID-19?
Yes, because you see, COVID-19 usually enters in the body from the nose and throat. So by drinking the warm water, frequent warm water of drinking keeps the throat very clean, and push the viruses in the stomach rather than the lungs, because lungs are the target organ for this virus. So frequent drinking of the warm water definitely helps to minimize viral growth.
And also, staying with you, Dr. Before I go back to Pramodji, and I still feel that he has recovered, yet when he talks at length, looks like there is a sense of weakness still there, but I appreciate his commitment to help community has come out and is willing to share his story. The question was, as you are aware, brother of Governor Kumo also got it, and he in one of his interview talked about the emotional disorientation that someone may feel, and he also talked about some sort of a hallucination whereby he saw his father, who is no more, sitting on a chair, etc. So Dr. Parikh, talk to us about the potential emotional or disorientation in terms of your mental faculty that may happen due to this.
Well, it is said that this COVID-19 fever, you get such a high fever and very consistent fever, so that makes your makes you gives you hallucination and very unusual dreams and so forth. And I'm sure we can ask our friend Pramodji that when he was having that 102 and 103 fever for a few days, what was his experience about hallucination or having some unusual dreams and so forth,
Yeah,
or emotional outburst.
absolutely. And in addition to what Dr. Parikh has mentioned, Pramodji, I would also request you to share your experience in terms of maintaining social distance at home and making sure that other family members are not affected by what you are going through in terms of this physical challenge.
Thank you, Ashokji. Well, when I got realized I have something wrong on Thursday, March 19th, right away I moved from my top floor to my basements. That was my residence for almost 4 weeks. I was staying alone over there. All connections with the family are totally disconnected. Only I was getting the food, hot water that I was using as Dr. Sir has told me that I'm totally endorsing. Like definitely in every hour, need to be have a hot water. That helps a lot. And be positive. That totally disconnected with the news. That's my style. Totally all the positives because everywhere all the negative news were all around. And some our style and our belief, like doing some chanting, some Mahamrityunjay mantra chanting, some positive chanting, some Guruji blessings, bhajans, and all that was my uh, routine for the almost 17, 18 days. In that way, I was not, there is no any negative in my mind. And fighting just like a fighter, because if we sleep is going to be more worse situations, because inside the chest a lot of pain started, and then not able to, even like a 1/4 of my energy is not, I was feeling to take the breath. When I was taking the breath, there was a lot of pain. That's why my lot of friends, doctor, and especially many friends have suggested me, it's time to go to the hospital. But thanks God to my blessings, guru blessings, and my experience in my childhood time, like I was a yoga instructor, and that remedies works like a really sanjeevani. And otherwise, I would be in a third stage in a hospital with a ventilator. And thank God, Tulsi and Giloi, some friend has given me long drive. They came to my home. They had delivered. That way, I managed myself because I know this is the situation right now without any vaccination. Definitely the Ayurveda treatment and yoga and some increasing the immune, like a health minister also in India has mentioned in some one interview a couple of days back. That only is a helping to fighting at this time. And I will suggest better to be keep distance. Families, emotions, and everything is nothing working in these situations. If I know family want to come and meet to see how my family member is, but emotion doesn't work. Better to keep a distance totally, because that way we save our families also. And do the best. uh, Pranayam is not able to do, no vrastika, no kapal bhati. Some nari shodhan and ulom vilom is works because that's pretty easy. But no any pressure or stress to the heart, that makes a problem.
So
And
Pramodji, very, very quickly, if you mention, um, you said Anulom Vilom and other pranayam, just demonstrate very quickly. Nadi Shodhan, what you're saying.
Nadi Sodhan and Ilom Vilom, that's the same name. Two different yoga teachers, they are mentioning on different, the same thing on a, just take a breath from right nose. Right is sun, mark the sun, Ingla, and leave it from the left side, so Pingla, and again take from Pingla, from moon side, and leave it from the left side. That way it relax the whole mind, whole positivity develop. It's a very, Nari Shodhan is a very powerful pranayam to maintain the positivity in a body, balancing the breath system. That's what I learned in my childhood time. It's so very, very important. and it's always keep the patient positive. And the rest of the kumbhak, kapal bhati, brastika, kapal bhati is we are taking the whole breath inside, and with the pressure we just leave it out. That way our stomach is going to move, be totally empty. So, but that kind of the power at that time when we are going to the second level and second to third level, that time we don't have energy to try anything. The hard pranayama. Then Bhramri pranayam is also very good. Bhramri pranayam is like we have to put our one two fingers on the, and then oh, that way that vibrations helps to keep human positive. These all the two pranayam is right now is better if the anybody having a COVID and they are on a second stage or going to the third stage. Otherwise, no exercise this time is good. If totally perfect, then do whatever the Baba Ramdev is saying, whatever many yoga teachers are saying. But if you are stuck with this problem, be a fighter. Don't be let it down.
I appreciate that, Pramodji. I think it is very inspiring to hear what you are saying. You also brought to our attention the importance of having balance. Balance emotionally is also important, as is obvious that family members would like to come near you to see in what way they can help you. But it is good that they are at a distance so that they don't get the same disease. And you also mentioned about staying positive. I would request Dr. Parikh to tell us, as a medical practitioner, in terms of the approach or the attitude of the patient. And indeed, we are talking about staying positive, how it helps in the process of recovery generally, and especially in this COVID-19 case.
Well, I mean, a positive attitude is a must for any disease, particularly the disease where we don't have treatment, or disease which is very serious like COVID, or even cancer patient. If you have positive attitude, positive thinking, and positive way of tackling that disease, usually you succeed. And that's why the positiveness, like for at any time of in the life, is always helpful and very important.
So staying positive is important, but how to stay positive when you hear Dr. Sudhir Parikh, when you hear Pramod Bhagat ji, it helps you in staying positive in the face of a potential challenge. If you have seen it closely, even if you have not seen it, it is somewhere, anywhere in air, and that's why we wear masks wherever we go. So coming back to one word which was Kunjalk or Kinjalk, what was it, Pramodji? And
Kunjal Kriya,
what is it? Yeah.
Kunjul, Kunjal Kriya. It's like in normal बातचीत की भाषा में उसको vomiting करना कहते हैं. But
How do you do that?
definitely with the yoga instructor or with some the people having the yoga teacher having some experience, better to be asked them. It's a pretty easy, not much, but there is some limitation. If anybody having a high blood pressure, diabetes patient, heart patient, make sure they are not going to use the salt in a water. It's a plain hot water. They drink 5-6 glass of water as much as their capacity and try to vomit it in a simple. But this is the limitation. Is a very important. Otherwise, going to be work negatively.
So, Pramodji, as we move towards the concluding part of our conversation, let us look at the other side, meaning that we have moved past COVID-19 and we want to start our normal lives, etc. And Dr. Parikh, President Trump has also talked about it, and he mentioned that different states governors would decide based on how they feel. How do you see in terms of New Jersey, New York, and there is probably some stages in which it will open up back to the normal life, so to say. Dr. Parikh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So I think, as you can see, that even in New York and New Jersey, they have opened up marina. They have opened up some in New York some public parks with the kind of instruction to keep the social distance. And I think probably every week they will open up something as the number of acute or active cases will go down. And that's the whole idea, to roll over in next 3 to 4 weeks, and we'll have more or less normal, so-called quote unquote normal opening, with a certain restriction and certain normal, different way of living normal life.
Absolutely. When you say so-called normal, that is a new normal. And in India, it was extended up to 3rd May. In New York, it is extended up to 15th May. So you stay home and you let it pass. Pramodji, how do you foresee the new normal based on your experience and what you have observed?
अशोक जी, एक बहुत अच्छी बात बताऊंगा. ऐसा है कि there is only two solutions, what I mentioned already: social distancing and trying to increase the immune. This is a thumb rule. If somehow this situation doesn't work, somebody get exposed with this coronavirus, because this is a real is the enemy, nobody can see. So please don't get scared. Try to fight in the first and second stage, and then whatever I mentioned, anybody want my number and my detail, definitely they can call me. And I'm telling you, that's the reason India is having a very less case, even the world #1 population. And Tulsi and Giloi is available in every Indian grocery stores. If it's not, you can find on Amazon.com. I know it's a little bit rush. People can get it in 3 weeks, 4 weeks wait time, but definitely is helping a lot. Try to use the kada, turmeric with milk. This all helping lot to increase the immune, and try to fight just like a tiger, as a lion. So don't let it down for third stage. And the third stage, I know still the whole world is struggling. Everybody is trying the best for the vaccination. I know hydroxychloroquine, some patient is worked very well. Some patients still, I have a lot of examples, it's not working. Azithromycin still is not working. HIV tablets still is somewhere working, somewhere not working. Whole world is finding the medicine. They are all struggling. Hopefully, few people, few patients are get cured, and few not. But better to be keep fit and fight. That is the only solution. And India World Foundations team, including Dr. Saib is our patron, and we are trying to bring a lot of Tulsi and Giloi. This is a herbal supplement, and trying to be distribute to our community. That way, they can get more inspired. And this is all small yogic and Ayurveda, our knowledge now is only the way this time is helping India and many NRIs to keep them positive and fighting very well. So this is what my realization, and it all I tried on mine, so I can confidently say yes, this is the only working, and there's a first and second stage.
प्रमोद जी, समय को बचाते हुए और समय के साथ हमारे संबंध को निभाते हुए मैं आपका पुनः आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं. And I also want to say that each one of us is playing our own role. Even by staying at home, you are being responsible, and that is helping not just you, but the humanity at large. Once again, thanking Dr. Sudhir Parikh ji and Pramod Bhagat ji, and thanking all of you for being a part of this conversation. Stay fit, stay well, and stay positive. With lots and lots of good wishes. This is Ashok Vyas.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank
Namaskar,
you.
namaskar. Thank you.
Namaskar.